Hey everybody, this is Chanchai. I'm recording this. There's been about, it's been just less than a month since I fought. Actually, it's only been about 2-3 weeks since I fought in the NA Qualifier #1. I had a wonderful time in that. And so at this point in the tournament, we had fought a lot of strong opponents. And we had House Music Ninja. We fought a really good B. Miller, who was an up-and-coming Leon player. We fought Juicebox, of course, someone that we've been playing VF with for about 5 years, and who's just, their VF journey has been amazing. And so I enjoyed that battle. It was intense. Then we fought against Jacko RCB, another legend. Setsuna, another guy who's ascended to being in a very elite crew in North America, and one of my regular opponents. And then we fought against Denkai, legend for a long time, and someone I've known for about 20 years, just under 20 years. And then finally that takes us to fight Gentleman Thief. And this battle, I hope you will enjoy it. We're gonna watch the battle between Gentleman Thief, and then I'll do the analysis after that. Currently, Virtua Fighter 5 Revo has just been patch updated, and so I haven't updated yet, so that I still have my replays from a month ago. But I believe that once I patch update this, I will lose these replays. This is normal. It's normal that whenever an update happens, especially if it fixes bugs or if it fixes balance, it's going to create changes that cannot be played on the replay. The replay is going to create problems, or it's just going to play different than what it is intending to show. So that's just the nature of replay files. But for now, we can still watch these, so I'm going to record this while I can. So first up, here's the battle between myself and Gentleman Thief. We're going to play the games, and then I will do an analysis, in which case we use the replay features. Here we go. Enjoy. That is game one. Gentleman Thief is up 0-1. We're going to keep checking our audio to make sure it sounds clear. Sometimes my microphone software acts funny, so I want to make sure I get good audio to you guys. All right, game two. Again, Gentleman Thief 0-1. I'm 0, Gentleman Thief 1.
It's showtime! Round one. Ready, go! Yeah! Knockout! Round two. Ready, go! Knockout! Round three. Ready, go! Knockout! Round four. Ready, go! Knockout!
Alright, Gentleman Thief is up 2-0 against us. So we are 0, Gentleman Thief 2.
I won't lose! Round one. Ready, go! train, eh?
All right, we are now 1-2 against Gentleman Thief. So now we go to game 4.
You'd better take me seriously. Yosh. Koi. Round 1. Ready, go! Knockout! Round 2. Ready, go! Bring out! Round 3. Ready, go! Knockout! Round 4. Ready, go! Knockout!
All right, we tied up 2-2, so we're on to game 5.
Forgot to train, eh?
All right, here we are at game 5. The score is 2-2.
I won't lose! Round 1. Ready, go! Knockout! Round 2. Ready, go! Knockout! Round 3. Ready, go! Knockout! Round 4. Ready, go! Round 5. Ready, go! Knockout!
Alright, and that is our battle with Gentleman Thief. We lose it. Gentleman Thief wins 3-2. We were eliminated from the North American Online Qualifiers. This was an exciting battle, and I had a blast. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed my chats with GT after the battle. I knew that GT was going to come in playing Akira. I'd heard that he had been playing Akira for 1 or 2 months, and I think it's a good thing that Gentleman Thief is playing Akira because while his Akira isn't, like the way that his genre is right now, Akira is a character that's going to force him to guess more, and it's going to force him to play outside his comfort zone to elevate his game, but also to reaffirm his guesses, because he's a really smart player. He's got execution down, he's got the skills, he's also got the knowledge, he's got insane knowledge. And he actually reads opponents, but he doesn't like to have to use the reads. And it's true. Like, if you only played on Yomi, that could be a crutch. But at the same time, when you play at the highest levels and when you want to start beating the very most elite members of the community, then you need to, sometimes you're going to have to guess better. And sometimes you're going to have to go beyond your comfort zone. And Gentleman Thief definitely does those things. But I think playing Akira will force him to do it even more. So, yeah. This is exciting battle, so we're going to go ahead and analyze it. But first, before that, we're going to go ahead and change this into to display the stuff, and then we'll jump into the first game. There's some different themes that are happening in this battle too that I do want to point out. I'm going to clear my throat, so I apologize. I'm going to mute the mic for a sec.
Round 1. Ready, go!
Okay, thanks for letting me clear my throat. Here we go. We're going to turn these on. We're going to go back to the first game. We're going to talk about some of these themes that I noticed in our battle. Now, naturally, because Gentleman Thief is learning Akira, and he's playing the greatest hits of Akira, he's doing a lot of stuff, though he's not doing all of the greatest hits, but he's doing the very out loud greatest hits of Akira. He's trying to do the biggest things he can do with Akira to just, sit on a damage advantage and then just have to guess less overall. So it's important to know that. So that's theme number 1. I'll explain some of the setups he does that sets up such high damage that in a simple way. So it's not just greatest hits. He's doing greatest hits in a way that's generally simple for him to do, so that the opponent has to do a lot of the hard work, and then the opponent has to force him to do harder work. Gentleman Thief has always played this way, but with Akira it's very clear. And that said, it does lead to some things where I think will improve later, but allows me to use some of my strengths a little more against him than maybe a month from this or 2 months down the road. So let's start this fight. But one of the things I want to point out, though, at the moment, Gentleman Thief doesn't use Akira's super dashing elbow. Akira has dashing elbow, which is forward and forward punch, 6-6p. That's hitting 6 twice, hitting forward twice. He also has super dashing elbow, 6-6-6p. 6-6-6p is insanely good. It is definitely the better between the two moves, but and in Revo it's even stronger than it was before. However, why would a player like Gentleman Thief not use as much? Because it has an input tax. That 6-6-6, think of it as 6-5, 6-5, 6-5. Another way to think about it as neutral, forward, neutral, forward, neutral, forward, and punch. That's about 6 inputs. That's six times over 6 units of time for each press, right? And so because of that, there's a commitment that when you do super dashing elbow, you're making a commitment. You're pre-buffering it. You might not be feeling as flexible. You're still flexible, but you're going to be using your buffer room to use 6-6-6p. Because of this, I think Gentleman Thief at the moment doesn't use that move much, but in Revo it's crazy strong. This move can punish backdashes, it could accidentally punish backdash evade, and it could punish ECD on accident, evade cancels on accident, it's very strong. It really is powerful in this game because in Revo the range has been increased. The range has really been increased. In Final Showdown, Leon could backdash punish it, and Leon can backdash punish regular dashing elbow just with the proper spacing game, as long as he knows his spacing when he does it. But against super dashing elbow, that doesn't happen anymore. Super dashing elbow really beats the backdash plays, and it makes the opponent feel like they have to guess even more against Akira, and so. Gentleman Thief not using that is actually why there's many times when I win with backdash with Leon's 4-4K. But and there were times when I could have done it and won maybe even this whole match by doing that. Because Gentleman Thief is using dashing elbow mostly, but not enough super dashing elbow. This game, super dashing elbow is just way too good. So I expect that by the next time we see Gentleman Thief play Akira publicly, we will probably see super dashing elbow just being committed to at more times than it is now. Alright, let's get to the battle. So right now we're playing a skirmish in the opening, and I'm getting counter hit by dashing elbow, which puts me in Nitaku, and then Gentleman Thief, when he gets Nitaku, he's reacting. His reactions are so fast and sharp. He just automatically prepares to do 4-6 PKG. Let's turn these information on here. So yeah, he's reacting and doing 4-6 PKG. Very, very strong. He's forced me in the side turn. He will probably do a dashing elbow after this. Now it looks like low punch. So he low punches, but look, he gets +6. Nitaku again, and he does the 3K as his mid option. I get evade. I could punish this probably. This sidekick is in deep trouble for this evade. So I don't get much where I evaded this. I can throw. That's like all I can do. Yeah, I can throw is the best I can do here. This is really scary. This is the power of Akira's sidekick at +6. That's really important to know. Important to know is that the opponent gets Nitaku here. So that means like you should just do like something like this, you know? And then fuzzy guard, right? But then he guard breaks. That wasn't an intentional guard break. He programmed the Ukemi. Now here's something to observe. Let's watch this. Normally when Akira does dashing elbow, you should like fuzzy guard, right? If it gets blocked, Akira should fuzzy guard. What does Gentleman Thief do? He does fuzzy, but he goes straight into crouch guard and just watches. So he's doing crouch dash to get the fastest crouch, but only that, and he just stays low crouch. He likes to use 2G against Leon. This means that elbow is a strong move is a move that you're going to want to use against him. But it's really important to understand that. So this is one of the moves you're going to see Gentleman Thief Akira used a lot. Quarter circle back punch. One of the best moves in the game. And if he gets counter hit with it, look at the damage he's going to get at the wall. Right? Really powerful. And it's like +3 when you block it. And it's the meanest move in Okizeme. It's one of the most oppressive Okizeme moves in the game. So again, look at all these dashing elbows, but not super dashing elbows. So let's kind of give this illustration at this point. So we know he counter hits me with this. Okay, so he counter hits me with this. I probably cannot, I'm pretty sure 4-4K will not work here, but let's try it. Let's test it. Right, you can't do it when you're at this disadvantage because you're gonna go too far slow, right? And that's okay. But let's go forward. We evaded and we did this. And now we could evade punish, so this, let's test that out. Again, we have to, this is one of the reasons why dashing elbow is so scary. Dashing elbow is scary because it's just hard to punish. So the way to punish here after we had done this, right? This P plus K. This is why we can do, because he's not using super dashing elbow. If he used super dashing elbow, we could, but we also have to practice the full backdash before we do this. Like this, right? This is the weakness of regular dashing elbow. And that is how you punish dashing elbow. It's otherwise it's hard to punish dashing elbow. You just kind of evade throw and then evade Ntaku after that. It's really strong. So again, right, we're just going to illustrate this point again because it's important to understand that this, it's not a weakness, it's just this is the option left to you. And this is powerful. Okay, we don't have to show it here, but what we do show, this is an important thing to understand about Gentleman Thief's Akira. When he gets dashing elbow counter hit, that's +8. At this +8, he can use a 20 frame attack in general. He's going to use a 19 frame here. He's going to use 4-6 P plus K. And after this, he likes to dash in and then do the quarter circle back punch. Watch this. See? Without fail. Now watch what happens. We're going to see this later. When I guard this, he has guaranteed damage. So let's watch that. Look at that, -11. -11. It's really scary. And then, of course, we can just stay down and see what we do here. So now, it's too long to rising attack. Like he can just defend. So you can't really even do that. But if you did this, at the current timing, this is... You gotta tech roll towards Akira's front sometimes, maybe. Because tech roll to his back is kind of the problem. Right? Look at this variant, look at all the disadvantage. Stare at the advantage either characters after this guard. +11, +5, +11, +11, +6. And this one is just a little different. It just depends on where you tech roll, right? If you do it late though, this is actually pretty good. You gotta be very late. Yeah. After I hit the ground. Because of the spacing. But this is a gamble if you actually try to go for this. You still got to basically tech, and generally you should not tech after he knocks you down with this. So I'm just going to say flat out, this is one of his favorite patterns. Dash in the quarter circle back punch, and he is trying to react to when I actually tech roll. So that's why, like, this thing, it's a reactive Okizeme. You just kind of get the timing by watching the opponent when you do it, and if they tech roll, you can quarter circle back punch. Like, let's actually lock into when he does it, right? So he did the knockdown. Okay, he's gonna crouch dash. In his case, he crouch dashes. When does he do? That's when he hits punch, right here. So the moment that I tech rolled, right? See, I hit the ground. The moment I hit the ground is when he does it. And so this is really scary. This is powerful. Now this one, I did want to start punishing this, so I'll show you a way to punish this. So this is like, I knew that this was coming up with him. Is that I'm gonna tech roll and he's gonna do guard break, right? So how do we punish this? Now this is hard. It's a hard punish, but if you tech roll, you have two choices. You either guard, in which case you can lose to this, or you take the hit and you throw them. So let's do that. And even if we get counter hit, we can still do this, right? But you have to get used to the timing. So this is our best option here. Actually, we can do stuff like this. And he should actually escape forward throw. So we can do back throw. Right? Could do neutral throw. This is actually how you deal with this. But the problem is, do you want to eat the other hits? All the other things he could do? He can smack you into the wall. So this is a strong guess, and he likes to go for this Okizeme. But if you know it, you now know you have to guess. If you tech roll. If you stay down, not as big of a problem. But still a problem. But generally, you stay down, wake up manually. It's strong. So it's important to understand this, and it's that 4-6 P plus K that's going to set up this like dash into quarter circle back punch. So here, what did he try to do? Like, why did this hit work, right? He wanted to whiff punish this high here. He went with 3K, or 3K plus G. That's weird. So he just, I don't know. He just saw this and he reacted to that, but he didn't expect me to do the follow-up kick. So I got the follow-up kick. That said, this is a high attack. And so because this is a high attack, he could have just crouched under and did shoulder or something like that. Or crouched under and punish. But he didn't. He could crouch, and for his style, crouch under 6K, right? Let's rewind this. Right? Like this. This is the way that, this is his normal way. Right? Something like that, right? That's like his way is to 6K after he whiff punishes a high. That's the risk for me doing kick at the opening. But it worked. So here, this is another case. Backdash would have been great, right? Okay, this pushed him, right? So here we go. We had a variety of things we could do, but backdash was going to work. We could even do this one. Right, 76. 76 versus 67. Yeah, this was going to be really good. So this is +6. We should have done... Now, this throw was fine. It's just a bad guess. Bad guesses are okay, as long as you know you were doing a guess, right? So what's important? What's important is here, +6. So what is our alternative? What could we mix up with throw? We could do 8K, right? Right, get 76 damage. And if he evaded, we could, then throw would have won. So it's a mix-up between 8K and throw. This is Nitaku. Important to do. What do you think your opponent's going to do? I didn't expect him to attack, so he punished me for going for throw. He read that I was going to throw. And he gets huge damage. So this is a weird choice by me, but I just kind of felt that this was time that he was going to attack, but he was really just waiting. So again, let's talk about this 2G style of play. Normal thing that we do when there's a stare down like this, what we should do is elbow into throw, elbow into uppercut, elbow into throw, elbow into 8K, elbow. We could even do this because they're +7. At +7, actually we can't do that one, but at +7, they cannot duck throw. So generally throw is good. But we can also, you know, do that. Uppercut. 4-6K is really good. So 4-6K, right? Elbow, 4-6K. Elbow, throw. Oh, what if they evaded this? Then throw would have won. Okay, so we do throw. Okay, what if they attacked through this? Then any of those attacks I mentioned would have won. That's the nature of Nitaku. And it's important to apply it. And when an opponent is insisting on doing 2G, they're betting on their ability to react to slower attacks but not fast ones. So Leon gets to do elbow into Nitaku, elbow into throw, or elbow into launcher. You get to choose, but you get to mix up comfortably. And you can do this randomly in your head, or you can do this because of what you really think they'll do. You should do this based on what you think they'll react with. If you think they're defensive, then throw is 100% the choice. If you think that they are going to attack or attack after a certain time, you should do an attack. And it's really, really strong. A character like Brad has a cool thing where Brad is a character that's not like, if you fight against Brad, the 2G is kind of a bad idea because Brad has 2P plus K into 6P. He has you can't really react to that, so he can combo you for crouching. So it's really important to know that the 2G style of play is very strong, but it's hinging on the fact that there's a guessing game if you elbow them out of it, and that your fast attacks are not going to threaten them as much, and so they can just react with speed and reflexes to deal with your slower, scarier stuff. Alright, let's resume the replay. So he actually went for guard break of Doom. It's kind of a weird choice against me, but he did it. So again, this is where backdash beats the choice to do dashing elbow. It's nothing wrong to do dashing elbow. It's just that Gentleman Thief is playing with a lot of dashing elbow, so that just means that backdash is a little better against him. But that's also why he likes to do the side kicks against me, right? He's doing the side kicks to prevent me from backdashing. He doesn't do it a lot, but he does it. So here's Nitaku. Now again, we could have done a better Nitaku here. Like after here, +8. So we could have done P plus K, 4-6K, 8K, any of those as the mid or the throw. We could have done either of those. We did elbow though, which is safe because we're a little scared. But honestly, it's better to... Elbow's safe though. Even if they evade, he doesn't get any guarantees. But backdash is the enemy to elbow. So again, he's +3, but he's using this. Now, I will say, this move, quarter circle back punch into super dashing elbow, is one of the hardest buffers to do if you want to do it frame perfect, but most of the time you don't need to do frame perfect unless the opponent mashes low punch. If the opponent does not mash low punch, super dashing elbow is not too hard to buffer here and is really powerful and will completely crumple them, right? Like, let's change this to super dashing elbow. Let's illustrate why super dashing elbow was so good here. Okay? And we're going to be early this because we know that Leon's going to guard. We're going to take over Akira. Right? Look at that. Right? Yeah. See what a big difference this makes, right? So and there's more. Like, Akira has huge combo, I just don't know it, but you can see that he crumples. So if he gets a back turn crumple, he does have some crazy combo he can do. Super dashing elbow is really strong in this game. This would not work in Final Showdown. It's a Revo thing. But Gentleman Thief doesn't do that, so backdash is not a bad option for me. But it will. But the thing is that I don't really know that. I don't know during this playing game that Gentleman Thief is just not going to do super dashing elbow. I just know I haven't seen it yet. But the more I play, the more I realize backdash is strong against him. And I didn't think about it this way in the match. It's more that I just kind of realized backdash was working. But the analysis is that it's working because he doesn't use super dashing elbow. Not yet. He will. I know he will. It's too good of a move. It just robustly beats so many things. And it's hard to punish. It's actually quite hard to punish.
Round one. Ready, go!
So this is this is actually a decent opening that I did here. And I mentioned it in another video, but basically it's a high mid string. High mid strings are really good in VF, and this one starts at 12 frames, so just like a normal jab, and so it has a good chance of scoring. And I'm +4, no, I'm -4, so I gotta be careful. Now I do have a follow-up, and that makes people afraid to punish. Gentleman Thief is just gonna be patient though. So I was the one that was greedy here, and so he does the proper punish. Do I fuzzy guard? Well, I do guard, but I did try to fuzzy guard, but it wasn't a clean fuzzy guard. Yeah, it was. I fuzzy guarded. So I did a fuzzy guard after right here. So right, he PK punishes me, I fuzzy guard, and I defend it. That said, this tells him that guard break is a good option. Also, delay throw is too. So I gotta be wary of that. So this one, I was surprised that he's just not used to taking this, but it's all good. I'll take it, and a lot of people do. So this one, how much damage would I do? It wouldn't kill him. It wouldn't kill him, but let's see what I can do. This was too slow. Okay. Is it possible? Normally it's possible to get this, but this is impossible. Yeah, there's no hit. Normally you get a guaranteed hit because of that wall hit. That's not true here. I'm kind of glad I didn't get it out because that would have killed me, but I do think it kills me that nothing. That killed me, so that got me to take damage. But it is surprising. Normally you do get a hit there. In this case, at that particular spot of the octagon, you do not. That's pretty scary. The octagon introduces some variables that can make it harder to calculate what the max damage you could have done. I just need the guard, right? But yeah, it's all good. But I am trying to get information from him too. So here is a problem for me. My fault. Normally I know how to beat this, but against someone like GT, I just don't expect him to do this. I really don't. Right? I really don't. But there's a lot of options, so let's show you some. So one option is this. Really? This does not work. Okay, so one option is this, right? And this would have won. This would have won, which is why it's really surprising that he did it. Right? But you can even do this. Like, this is what you're supposed to do against Akira. Is just crouch dash under it. So now I know that you can't actually do this thing. I was so sure that you could do this. Let's do it earlier. Okay. Really? I guess we could just do this. This is too risky though. So this cannot work. I always thought that this would work. I'm trying to do his high punch sabaki. Doesn't work. So I just had to do a low attack. It's really dumb that I lost this, right? Because any crouching attack would have been fine. Watch, even this, right? But yeah. So we threw this away. This was a throw.
Round 3. Ready, go!
And that's the problem with high attacks, especially predictable ones. So there's this. We need to change the buffer here. Okay. This is probably the most damage we could do. Not exactly. basically this, like this. That's one route. And then the other route we showed, which is this. But this requires real commitment. Real commitment. Because if you don't do it perfectly frame tight, they can defend. Interesting his use of 4P there. It's good. So this is interesting because we actually defend this. Oh, it's +9. Dang it. There's no guarantee. I was wondering why I couldn't even throw him to guarantee. It's because there is no guaranteed against this. This is Nitaku. So we could do 4-6K. Alright. We could do 6K as we saw. Alright. There's a lot of things we could have done, but it's Nitaku, so throwing wasn't bad. It's just that it was a mix-up. So we got very skirmishy here, very skirmishy.
Round 4. Ready, go!
So this is one of the strongest openings you can do against Leon. That's aggressive. It will beat a lot of things. So what can we do instead? We could do this, but this is actually a big gamble. This is a real high risk. This is also a gamble, but this does work, right? You could also do this, actually. Do that, yeah. So that said, but this is a strong opening against Leon in general. It's relatively safe. Another option is of course dash in and evade. Right. My hands are not good right now, but you can do stuff like this. So dash and evade is kind of a strong way, but dash evade is scary to do against Akira. Dash evade's not actually. Dash evade is a good opening against Akira in general, but it can still lose to certain stuff, but it's actually fine. We thought he would play a little less that, so we guessed wrong. We could have bounded into an extra damage here, so.
Knockout.
Alright. So now we go on to game 3. So again, lots and lots of fun stuff to do in these matches. And so I hope everyone enjoys these. I think it's not a perfect analysis. You can't really do that, but it's thoughts that are going through my mind as I rewatch it. There are different thoughts each time I watch these replays, and it can go for hours. So I do want to see how he opened this, right? He did backdash, he did evade, and he jumped in and did 6-6P plus K. And then he forced it into either mid or low. So I want to explain something. On a ring out stage, the mid option's terrifying because it can get you to the end. The mid option's always the most scary option, but the low kick is also a scary option because it also carries you closer to the win condition. So what does he do? He does mid, and I guessed correctly. I guessed it because he did just because of the low back last time. So I'm glad I got it, but I have +3. And I did elbow. That was the correct thing to do. He could have actually evade thrown, but he did evade into 6-6P. And this 6-6P is +7. He's going to low punch. That seems to be his flowchart. However, he can also do the 4-6P versus 4-6P KG, but he's probably going to low punch and then do it, right? But I evaded. Okay, and he just responds. And we're playing nice and careful, which is really fun. This is the VF that you guys usually see at higher level play. I had +3 there, so I'd elbow. And he attacked into it, so he's actually starting to treat it, the minuses as delays because he's realizing I might not always be on it. Right? Yeah. Okay, so now we're gonna elbow. The timing is tough, but we can do it. Alright. Alright, so we have different options that could have gotten us closer to winning. This was brutal. This was brutal. Such a clutch 9K. He just figured why not, and it's really good against me, especially. We saw it earlier in my match with Setsuna. So this is guaranteed. So right now he's not used to dealing with this stance. He will be, but he's not used to dealing with that stance, I guess. Or which option I might do, so he's still feeling it out. Here we're gonna see the ring out. I think this is where I get rung out, like right on the stage, right, really quickly. So I'm gonna try to pause before it happens. This is where it happens. Okay. Whoops. I forgot which player we were. That's what happened. I'm player 2. Okay, +6, right? Actually, no. Can we ring him out? I don't think we can. I mean, we could, but yeah, that's not gonna work. So their best option is this. Let's see if we can do more. That one's not good. This is our best option here. That's 131 damage. With the +6, now if we were gonna attack, then it means 8k. So right, like here, 8k. Or uppercut, or 6k. Right. Yeah, +6. But this is a little risky, especially at the wall. With our back to the wall jab is 20 frame is too slow. We need to do frame tight. We are opening ourselves up to evade if we attack, but again, that's the mix-up situation. So throw is really strong, and we saw that, and it's right here, right? We could do a variety of ways, but the main answer was this. Alright, 129. 131 if we did the other combo. But we get rung out. And this, some Japanese players think this might be a bug, that Leon is easy to get rung out on high fence. It's not that easy, but that you can do certain combos that'll just pop him over, as opposed to like the way that a lot of people get rung out in this stage. So we're starting to get a sense of how we can apply pressure with spacing and time. Now this was so annoying. So this one, I knew that my inputs felt like I was gonna mess this up. Let's see if he would have broken this. Yeah, this would have been guaranteed, so. But we could also KK, because it could ring him out. We could have this would have been good too. Right? We don't. Unfortunately, we get through this round, but that was very terrifying.
Knockout.
But it was terrifying, but we felt, I strongly felt in that moment that I was going to screw it up if I tried. For some reason, I felt I was too late to do 9K.
Go.
So that's why I switched to low kick, because I felt he was going to break the stagger and I had to play a little clever with the post stagger guessing game. But I could have done better stuff. Fortunately, we take this game, but still. So the good thing is that I think I've identified at this moment that backdash was going to be too greedy of a play. That he was not playing the backdash. It's not occurring to me, but it's just how my mind was playing. It wasn't thinking about that. But it seems like I kind of knew that there were limits to what I can do with backdash, so don't do the 4K. Somehow there's a lot of times where I choose it at the right moments to beat dashing elbow. But I'm not doing it when he's probably waiting and trying to punish it, because he's the type who would crouch under it and 6K you and launch you and combo you. So it's really risky. But I found good moments, and I needed to get him to do the dashing elbow. But I do think I could have won this match if there was maybe 2 more times where I did it.
Ready, go.
So again, the opener, this is why this opener is so strong against Leon, right? I do rushing uppercut, and full backdash not pressing anything will avoid this uppercut. This uppercut's meant to beat people that are trying to evade right away to the wrong way or attack right away. Or they ECD and they crouch dash into it, but still, that's unlikely. So look at how much damage he does with this, right? Quarter circle back punch, high punch, 4-3P into K plus GP, right? No, into quarter circle into from crouch 6PP, and that was a lot of damage, 94 damage. And then let's look at the Okizeme. So there's this Okizeme. What does he do? Just dashing elbow. It's good. It's not perfect. If it was perfect, this would be more blue, but it's good. So what am I doing here? Right now I'm trying to catch him possibly doing like an evade cancel, but he's not the style to do this, so it's really risky to do this against GT. So I turned around and then I did a crouch dash into this. GT doesn't do 2P, so the main thing that I should be doing when I have this is I should be doing P plus K, right? And I'm +4, so I can side kick, right? And then I can Nitaku. This is actually the play against GT for now, right? And we can have fun, doing this. Now, he's still not comfortable fully punishing with ties against Leon or with Akira. One of those two or both. And so he's doing a more safe play and just making sure he doesn't screw it up. So it's a judgment, but I know that he could do this. So this is a pattern that is strong. This is Rental Animator is the player who kind of brought to my attention. And I kind of would have done this eventually, but I like it when Rental showed to me. So this 4K is in the X high. They have to pretty much defend or duck it. But then he's got a punch follow-up, but most players will want to wait for the punch follow-up and punish it so that they can launch it when they see it. So because of that, if you're clever enough and if their timing isn't practiced on this, 8K is really strong here because it's a force guess, right? And now this time we do a not guaranteed combo at 58 damage, but let's do the real combo here. One of the combos, because there's more, right? Right, 72 damage is the real combo. And this works against Akira and Jackie. There's better combos too, but this is the combo I know from Final Showdown. Right, there's combos that are like this. But this... 72 is good, but think this is an easy one to do for, but 71, but not fully guaranteed. So, but we go ahead and take a 58 damage, and he didn't tech, but he did get advantage, so we didn't get the best Okizeme. Let's look at how this happened too. Okay, so this is really important. Throws have a lot of powerful Okizeme, right? And here he's doing a side throw. Side throw, right? Yeah. No, it's just neutral. Yeah, it's just neutral. Okay, so neutral throw. Let's look at Akira's neutral throw here. This is really important. He does neutral throw. Boom. How does he move? Offensive move. Offensive move towards the head of the opponent. The good thing about throws is, you know, the body positions are pretty consistent. So he offensive moves to the head, and he waits a moment to do it. And he offensive moves to the head, and this causes the rising attack to get up backwards. Now that said, we were able to still defend because it was side turn. But if we did not defend, he would get a back throw. Watch what he does. I know for sure. I know exactly what's going to happen here if I don't guard. So let's not guard, and let's show you what happens. Okay, it would be that. So it would be that. He could have done another thing, but it would have been scary. But yeah. So again, another time we could have done more damage and we didn't. We were not confident in doing this combo. How much damage? Was it enough? It wasn't enough, but how close would we get to winning this? But we wouldn't get that. So this one is hard. He does do side throw escape, but at some point he wants to low punch. Let's do, so at some point he wants to low punch. So he does realize it, and he does try to do side throw escape. He actually did it. It's the left, and he did left. But at this last moment, he switched to down. We don't know why. Maybe because he was preparing the low punch. Maybe it's just, but if he had let go of guard, it wouldn't have been a problem. So he did switch back to left throw escape, but so we caught him in a very unique thing where he did it and then hesitated and then did it again. We actually caught the perfect timing. He actually tried to escape this side throw. That's kind of cool. We're gonna watch in real time. Ready? Now.
Yes! Knockout!
That's poor GT, but yay for us. We got our revenge because earlier he got us with a side throw. This time we got him with a side throw.
Ready? Go!
We also get revenge here because we're gonna ring him out over the fence. This is our revenge for the time he run us out over the fence. With the, at that time with the K plus GP, I think it was.
Ready? Go! Round 4. Ready? Go!
That is nuts. I want to see that again. So this is just dashing elbow, counter hit, plus 11. So throw's guaranteed. You have to escape throw. But how did he know? What did he see? He predicted the 4-4K. He saw this. He saw the back turn here. So he just went throw. Dashing elbow gives this. This is nuts. That's so crazy. That's so cool. There's another revenge here. We just double crush. So he just used 1K too much. He was trying to get easy hits.
Forgot to train, eh?
But that puts me at great risk. All right, final game. So we're gonna see something really cool here. We're gonna see a setup that GT likes to do, and I'm gonna explain it. I'm gonna explain different ways it works too. But it'll be towards the end of the game.
Round 1. Ready, go!
So again, kind of watching start and then commits to doing 6-6P plus K. He's hit me like 3 times already in the opening with this move. Nope, I guarded it this time. +9. Now I can do better, right? He wanted to do 6P. He was gonna wait. He might have done a delayed defense. So let's watch this. Okay, we know that we're +9. So we're +9. We can do a 20 frame attack. We can do P plus K, right? But he would defend that, right? And so our low was actually correct here, but we could also throw. Right? We could also do this. Right? I'm bad on my inputs right now. Yeah, so you can't do this with the... Against Akira, you gotta do pretty much this, or something similar. Okay. This... He shows that this loses to backdash. 1P plus K is weak. Now 1P plus K loses to guard horribly. Low guard, he's actually standing. And also you could abari against it too, because of how slow it is. So this is really good of him to do. We could have sealed, I mean, we do win this, but we could have sealed this with the K option.
Round 2.
Ah, we hit the wrong button.
Go!
That's okay. But we know that kick would have splatted him at the wall. Let's watch it.
Round 1.
It's at the very end of this fight.
Go!
He backdashes here. I like that backdash evade. We do need to start punishing Akira's wake up. Okay, here we go. So now we take over.
Knockout.
We should have done this, right? But this is risky, but he was swinging for it. So we had a high sense that this was going to work against him at this time, but it was hard. Yeah.
Knockout.
And this is actually a good option. So this was our only option here. This is our only option that would have outright won there. That's okay, we still win this round.
Knockout. Round 2. Ready, go!
So this is one of his favorite setups. We need to break it down. This, actually, a lot of characters have this. If you have a forced side turn move, you have different ways to do this. So I'm going to double check, make sure my voice can be heard well. Okay, good. Voice is sounding good. All right, so let's explain it now. So right now you see we have open stance. This is close stance. Close stance, and he's evaded to my front. Now with PK, he's +7. This means he can do 4-6 all three, and this is really good to do at +7 side turn. Why? Most players are going to evade to Akira's back, and there's one attack he has to the front that you have to evade to the front. And watch me evade to his back. No, I just attack. So this is going to work regardless, and it forces me in the back turn. 36 damage on counter hit. And then a guaranteed throw because of the +12. And Akira's throw ends up leading to 71, and it goes more. One more hit to the ground, 96, all guaranteed. 96 damage if you do this. I will explain a couple conditions. One is if you're in close stance, you want to evade or offensive move to the opponent's front and then do 4-6 PKG. If it's open stance, you want to evade or offensive move to their back and do this move. You can also postpone it by attacking them, and so that's with an attack that will stick them in side turn, so that they're side turn. And then when you use this move, it forces, instead of forcing side turn, it forces back turn with +12 on counter if it gets a purple hit. So the purple guarantees that throw. Now, if it's not purple, I can mash and beat the throw, but he can do a lot of powerful mid attacks that would likely win. So it's really strong. +12. Guaranteed 96 damage total, and a lot of characters have this, and it usually follows the same rules. If the characters are in close stance, you evade to the front. I'll make a video sometime where I'll draw on the screen to show it. I can kind of show it again later, but this video is already pretty long. But the shortcut is, if they are close stance, evade to their front. If the stance is open, evade to their back. And most of the time, most of the 4 side turns moves will do this. Not all, but a lot of them will. And you can practice it, and it's fun to set up. And it will also teach you to evade to front and back. And it'll force you to learn how to recognize open and close stance. I will definitely make a video about this. So again, the setup we talked about before, 4K into 8K. Make him guess, right? Make him guess.
Round 3. Ready, go! Knockout! Round 4. Ready, go!
So this is, again, we're going to review the thing I wish I could have done here, right? Will it have worked here? Yeah. We would have done damage. Now the problem here was that was the only route, was we had to get interrupted. Watch, if we don't get interrupted, this thing the wall hits us and screws us up. And we don't get this throw. So we need to, well, we could do this, but the throw was the one that gave us this thing, which was insane. So it would have been so cool. But I would have had to have tried to throw. And that's really hard. That wasn't likely to happen.
Knockout! Round 5. Ready, go!
here it is. This is the moment we've been talking about. That seals. Why did my health disappear so fast? He hits us with this, and let's show the different timings. Now this would have worked if we did on his timing, if we wait until close to when we hit and then hit this, right? Then we could do this. But if we do early, plus 10, plus 13, right? But what happens? Watch what happens. 96 damage. Let's rewind it because that's too funny. So you kind of want to tech roll to Akira's front, and you kind of want to do it late. At least on his timing, but his timing might change because he's actually watching before doing the core circle back punch. So it's probably regardless, you're in trouble. But we have seen this pattern. And here, this plus 13, he goes for the jugular. He's like, Chanchai is going to guard this and still try to attack. And he's right. 96 damage. All there. And I do a bad thing here. This is where I should have done 4K, right? Yeah. Let's test it out. He actually does. Okay, he does super dashing elbow. So we would have lost with 4K here. So this would have finally got us. He chose the right moment to do it. And the only answer, of course, would be something like this, right? But he did super dashing elbow. We don't get to see what he would have done follow up, but he chose the critical moment to do super dashing elbow, which was brilliant. So he finally does it right here. Beats all the stuff. I would have lost that, yeah. The only thing that would have beat us is backdash evade or evade and guard. So that was an excellent battle. It was a real honor fighting GT. He is one of our favorite all-time players. The North American legend, Western VF legend. In my opinion, one of the best players outside of Japan, but we have such amazing players in Korea, Taiwan, China, Australia as well. But GT is definitely in an amazing league of players outside of Japan, and we're always proud of him. So this was a true honor to have this battle with him, and I'm glad it worked out well. I wish I won, but at the same time, I had a blast. I had such a great time. I could only feel... I was happy that we had a good battle. So this was a great time, and I got a lot of compliments from a lot of people, so I appreciate everyone's cheers and everyone's support. And I hope everyone can love VF as much as I do and enjoy it as much as I do, because I just totally love this game. Thank you all so much. And that is my coverage for the North American VF Online Qualifier 1. I will try to record what I can for Qualifier 2, but I won't be able to do as many replays possibly, but I'll try. So tonight I'll cover those if I can, and we'll upload those soon. But I hope you all enjoyed this one. This was the big one. And yeah, take care and thank you.